Few actors in Hollywood have achieved the status of Meryl Streep. With a career spanning over 5 decades, she has dazzled audiences in films from Kramer vs. Kramer to The Devil Wears Prada, earning countless awards and global acclaim. But beyond the silver screen lies a story even more astonishing. Meryl Streep has quietly built a fortune so vast that it has left her family in awe. Her wealth is the result of decades of careful career choices, savvy investments, and real estate ventures, combined with royalties and endorsements. While Hollywood often focuses on glitz, Streep's approach to money has been meticulous and strategic. Every Oscar, every blockbuster, every contract contributed to a financial empire that guarantees security not just for herself, but for her husband, Don Gummer, and their 4 children. Yet, this fortune has also brought a new kind of reality for her family, an awareness of responsibility and legacy that few heirs experience. Today, we'll explore the astonishing wealth of Meryl Streep, how it was built, and the emotional impact it has on her loved ones. From her early struggles in theater to becoming one of the world's highest-paid and most respected actresses, we'll uncover how talent, discipline, and foresight turned Meryl Streep into not only a Hollywood icon, but also a financial powerhouse. By the end of this video, you'll understand why her fortune has her family in shock, and why it stands as one of the most carefully built empires in Hollywood history. Meryl Streep's journey to Hollywood royalty didn't begin under bright lights or with red carpet glamour. Born in 1949 in New Jersey, she grew up in a creative but modest household, the daughter of a commercial artist and a pharmaceutical executive. From a young age, she displayed an uncanny talent for mimicry and performance, but talent alone wasn't enough to guarantee success. After earning her degree from Vassar College and training at the Yale School of Drama, Streep faced the harsh realities of an acting career. Auditions filled with rejection, long periods of uncertainty, and the constant struggle to get noticed. In those early years, every paycheck mattered. She took small roles in theater and television, learning the craft and, unknowingly, laying the groundwork for financial acumen that would serve her later. Her first significant breakthrough came in 1978 with The Deer Hunter, a film that not only earned critical acclaim, but also provided her first major payday. Unlike many actors who squander early earnings, Meryl began investing wisely, purchasing real estate in New York and Los Angeles, properties she chose for long-term growth rather than immediate glamour. At the same time, she invested modestly in stocks, gradually building a diversified portfolio that would grow alongside her career. Her first Academy Award win for Kramer vs. Kramer in 1980 catapulted her into the upper echelons of Hollywood, drastically increasing her earning potential. By the mid-1980s, roles in films such as Sophie's Choice and Out of Africa solidified her status as a leading lady while continuing to multiply her income. Every award, nomination, and leading role translated not just to fame, but to higher salaries and better contract terms. Streep's early financial decisions reflect a remarkable foresight. She treated her career as both an art and a long-term investment. By carefully balancing work, savings, and property acquisitions, she ensured that even in her early years of fame, she was laying the foundation for a fortune that would one day leave her family in awe. Beyond money, these choices reveal a deeper understanding of stability and legacy. She wanted her family, husband Don Gummer and their 4 children, to enjoy security without the anxiety that often accompanies life in Hollywood. While audiences saw her grace, charm, and acting brilliance, behind the scenes, Streep was quietly building a financial empire, one careful decision at a time. The early struggles, the auditions, and the first big paychecks weren't just steps toward fame. They were the bricks that would form the foundation of a fortune that even today continues to astonish her family and the entertainment world alike. By the 1990s, Meryl Streep was no longer just a celebrated actress. She had become a financial powerhouse. Her career, built on decades of critically acclaimed performances, commanded salaries that reflected her status as one of the greatest actors of her generation. Films like The Bridges of Madison County, Doubt, and The Iron Lady not only cemented her reputation, but brought with them financial arrangements that ensured long-term earnings through box office success, home video sales, and later streaming royalties. But Meryl's approach to wealth extended far beyond film salaries. She was a shrewd investor, diversifying her portfolio across stocks, mutual funds, and real estate. Her real estate investments, including elegant estates in Connecticut and Los Angeles, were chosen strategically, ensuring appreciation over decades rather than fleeting luxury. Streep also selectively engaged in brand partnerships and endorsements, carefully choosing opportunities that aligned with her personal brand and values. This balance of artistry and business acumen allowed her to grow her wealth steadily, with each film and investment compounding into a financial empire few in Hollywood could rival. Analysts estimate that by the late 2000s, her net worth exceeded $150 million, a combination of acting earnings, investments, and smart real estate acquisitions. What makes her fortune remarkable is not just its size, but its structure. Unlike many celebrities whose wealth is concentrated in flashy assets, Meryl's wealth is diversified and secure, providing stability for herself and her family. Her children and husband, Don Gummer, have expressed both amazement and gratitude at the scale of her financial achievements. For her children, inheriting such wealth brings not only comfort, but also responsibility. A responsibility to understand and respect the empire their mother carefully built. Philanthropy has also played a key role in her financial story. Streep has donated millions to causes ranging from arts education to women's rights and environmental initiatives, creating a legacy where her money contributes to positive change as much as it ensures family security. Her financial strategy reflects a philosophy that wealth should be a tool, not vanity, and should be used to empower, protect, and inspire. By the time she reached the peak of her career, Meryl had achieved what few actors ever manage, an empire built on talent, discipline, and foresight. Hollywood gossip often highlights actors' salaries or extravagant purchases, but Streep's fortune is quietly monumental. It is a testament to decades of thoughtful choices, ensuring that her family will not only inherit money, but also the wisdom and security behind it. And while the world celebrates her artistic brilliance, it is this careful, almost unseen financial stewardship that has left her family in awe, showing that Meryl Streep's legacy is as much about strategy and foresight as it is about her extraordinary talent. Despite her legendary status on the silver screen, Meryl Streep has always placed her family at the center of her life. Married to sculptor Don Gummer since 1978, she raised 4 children with an emphasis on creativity, humility, and responsibility. Yet even those closest to her were unprepared for the magnitude of the fortune she quietly amassed over decades. While audiences saw Meryl as an icon of talent and elegance, her family discovered a different kind of awe, the sheer scale of her wealth. From real estate holdings across multiple states to investments in stocks, mutual funds, and retirement accounts, the financial picture was far larger than most could have imagined. Royalty earnings from decades of films, television appearances, and streaming deals added another layer to the fortune, compounding quietly over time. For her children, the revelation of her net worth, a sum estimated in the hundreds of millions, was both breathtaking and humbling. It was a reminder of the long hours, strategic choices, and sacrifices that had gone into creating not just a career, but a legacy. Alongside astonishment came a sense of responsibility. Inheriting wealth of this magnitude is rarely simple, and her children have spoken about the dual challenge of gratitude and duty. Maintaining the properties, respecting their mother's financial ethos, and understanding the value behind the money they will eventually receive. Meryl Streep has long emphasized financial literacy and independence, encouraging her children to pursue their own paths rather than relying solely on inheritance. This philosophy has shaped their upbringing and ensured that her fortune is not just a cushion, but a framework for meaningful growth. At the same time, her philanthropic efforts highlight that wealth is a tool, not just a personal safety net. Millions have been donated to arts education, women's initiatives, and environmental causes, cementing a legacy that extends far beyond personal gain. For the Streep family, the fortune is a symbol of stability and foresight, but it also carries weight. The awareness that it must be stewarded responsibly, honoring decades of meticulous planning and hard work. In Hollywood, where fortunes are often fleeting, Meryl Streep's wealth stands as a testament to careful management and long-term vision. It is a story of quiet power, one that has left her family simultaneously awed, grateful, and determined to respect the legacy she has created. The fortune is more than just numbers. It is a reflection of her life philosophy, talent, discipline, and prudence combined to build an empire that ensures the family she loves will be secure for generations to come. Meryl Streep's fortune is undeniably vast, but her true legacy extends far beyond the numbers on a bank statement. While millions will inherit her wealth, the deeper impact of her life is reflected in the values, discipline, and artistry she has instilled in her family and inspired in the world. Over decades of unparalleled performances, she has set the standard for excellence, showing that success is not only about talent, but also about dedication, perseverance, and careful choices. Her financial empire mirrors these principles. It is built on thoughtful decisions, long-term planning, and a clear understanding of both opportunity and responsibility. For her children and husband, Don Gummer, the wealth she leaves behind is both a gift and a responsibility. It ensures comfort and security, but also serves as a living lesson in stewardship. Meryl has always emphasized that inheritance comes with understanding, respect, and careful management, lessons she has passed on quietly, yet firmly. Beyond family, her fortune enables her philanthropy to flourish. She has contributed millions to arts education, women's rights, and environmental causes, turning her wealth into a tool for positive change and ensuring that her influence reaches far beyond Hollywood. The combination of her career, investments, and giving creates a legacy that is multidimensional: financial, cultural, and moral. In a world where celebrity wealth is often fleeting, Meryl Streep has demonstrated foresight and discipline, crafting a fortune designed to endure and make a difference. Her children are learning firsthand that money is not merely inherited, but something to respect, protect, and use wisely, a reflection of the life philosophy their mother has lived by. While the public admires her performances, her family experiences another kind of awe. The quiet power of a fortune carefully cultivated, the freedom it provides, and the weight of responsibility it carries. Meryl Streep's legacy is thus twofold. On one hand, the cinematic and artistic brilliance that has defined generations of filmgoers. On the other, a financial and ethical model that exemplifies thoughtfulness, discipline, and foresight. Her story teaches that wealth is most meaningful when paired with purpose, that fame is most enduring when grounded in humility, and that family security is best ensured through foresight and diligence. As Hollywood continues to marvel at her talent, her family quietly acknowledges another truth. Meryl Streep's greatest masterpiece may not only be her performances on screen, but the lasting impact of her life choices, the fortune she leaves behind, and the example she sets for generations to come. It is this combination of brilliance, prudence, and generosity that ensures the Streep legacy will endure, inspiring admiration, gratitude, and reflection for years to come.